Yes. I see your toy. Now can you take it out of here, please? Lay down, anything? Welcome to today's video, everyone. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. My name is Abby. I am a hairstylist by day and I don't know what by night, but honestly, I'm just here to help you have a fun hair journey in life. So whether you are a hairstylist or just today's video is a super fun video, and it is how to grow your hair. This video, I mean, if you don't need to know how to grow your hair, I mean, kudos to you. You get a round of applause. Because literally everyone I know wants their hair longer. All my clients that sit in my chair always want something different with their hair, and for the majority of the time it's usually that they want longer hair. Let's be real. So basically my hair story is my hair was super long, it was so beautiful, and then I decided to do a bunch of shit to it, and then it started to not love me as much, but it was still on the longer side, still a little bit more thick. It wasn't like super baby fine. And then I went to hair school. Okay, I went to hair school, and let me just say, if you do not melt off your hair in hair school, did you even do hair school right though? I mean, I feel like hair school is the time for like experiments and like, I know everything and I can just conquer whatever I want to do. And like, because I had always like changed up my hair before, I had red hair and then I had blonde hair and then I had brown hair and then I had blonde hair again, and I always was changing it. I was always changing my hair, but I never knew like to the degree of what I was actually doing to my hair. So I thought when I went to hair school that I could just do what I had always done my whole life, and it turns out you can't. You cannot dye your hair red and then blonde and then brown and then blonde, and it just did not work out. So long story short, I melted off my hair in hair school. It was my own fault. Like, the girl who's doing my hair, was totally not her fault. It was my own fault because I wanted a super dark root. So I had a dark root coming to here, and before I was completely platinum bleached out, dyed it, put a dark root on, and then my ass decided I didn't like it anymore, that I should just go back to being platinum. Okay, so long story short, at hair school, I begged one of my friends to do my hair. She was doing it, it was fine. Literally, they went to go rinse me out, and then everyone went silent. And I was like, what's going on? And my teacher was like, it's okay, Abby, like we've just lost a little bit of hair. You know, it literally sounds like we were doctors, like in surgery. You've lost a lot of blood. No, you lost a lot of hair, okay? And my dumb ass was like, well, just brush it all out. Just brush it, keep brushing it. Why the fuck would I say that? Looking back now and being far into my career, knowing the knowledge I have now, if you melt your hair off, do not brush it and keep brushing it repetitively. Like I said, it was my own dumbass fault. So fast forward, literally, I don't even know how many years. It just took a long time to recover because it was like short. Like, I was business in the front, party in the back kind of girl for a hot minute, okay? So, long story short, this is my hair 1 year ago today. It took a lot of time leading up to this point to get it to where it was brown, and this was over, it was just over a year ago. This was April last year, And now this is July 2019, so just like a year and a bit ago, my hair was thin, it was dry, it was short, it was broken, and it was recovering, but I have finally made it out of the recovery stage. Thank you, Jesus! Woo! Can I get an amen? Woohoo! I am officially out of the recovery stage, and I am in it to win it. I am ready for long hair. The hair gods can bless me at any moment. I will be ready. So I want to tell you what I did in this year to make my hair go from struggling and crying and screaming to loving me and blessing me with everything. Okay, so step number 1. The most important thing you need to get your hair on a healthy track or just get it to grow in general would be to use good quality shampoo and conditioner. Honestly, I do not ever feel bad for trying to sell my clients' products, because if you are spending so much money on a hair service, you want that hair service to last you as long as possible. So if you're going to the drugstore and you're getting Pantene Pro V, if you are getting Tresemme, if you are getting Dove, if you are getting anything from Sally's, from Winners, your hair will turn to shit. So, I hate to be so blunt, but what drugstore products do to your hair is they actually create a waxy coating on the outside of your hair shaft. So when you go and get your hair done, it makes us as a hairstylist, our job so much harder, because we have to push through all that wax that is literally just sitting on top of your hair. And the longer you use these products for, the longer and the bigger this wax coating is gonna get built off on the outside of your hair. Not to mention, if you color your hair, your color will fade faster, especially if you are a blonde. Honestly, 2 washes, your toner is gone. And if you just paid some good money for that, like, that doesn't feel good for you, right? So honestly, good quality shampoo and conditioners, these salon quality products have good nutrients. They have science backing up whatever is in their product. That is gonna make your hair instantly get so much healthier and get so much longer because of the quality of products that you are using and putting in your hair every time you wash the dirt out of your hair. Whew. Okay guys, number 2 is a big one. And I don't think anyone is gonna like me for saying this, but girls, we need to get some haircuts once in a while. Okay? Honestly, I know it sucks. I hate getting a haircut too. I'm not gonna lie. I put it off for as long as possible. I am with you. I am in the same boat. But if you have split ends, which I have a couple right now, I could go for a good trim, as one of my coworkers pointed out this week. Thanks, Trish. But if you do not get your hair cut, what happens is your split ends right here are just gonna keep breaking. And what happens is when you have a split end, you have your hair shaft and then it splits in 2 or 3 or 4. And then what happens is if you don't cut it off and it'll go back to a sealed hair cuticle, it's just gonna keep going up and up and up and up to the point where it can literally travel all the way up your hair shaft, and that is not cool. And then you're just gonna be fighting all of those split ends that are just getting worse and worse. I know sometimes girls don't cut their hair for 2 years and then all of a sudden they have super long hair. Yeah, that totally does happen, but it's dependent on your genetics and your actual hair that you have. It will not work for everyone. Trust me, I see so many clients every single day, and the small percentage that works for is very few. So girls, I'm not asking to get your hair trimmed like every month. Like, try every 3-4 months. See how that goes. See if you notice any improvements, if you notice a change in your hair at all, and if you do, just like get little air trims. Like, don't go like chopping off all of your length, but like literally take like a little air trim off your hair, and that will make such the biggest difference in the world. Okay, you guys, this one is a very good, valuable tip, probably one of the most important tips. I feel like I'm going to say that for all of my tips. This is the most important tip. But this is a very important tip, is braid your hair at night. If your hair is long enough to fit into a braid, I'm not asking for like a crazy French braid or cornrows, ow that hurt, a cornrows or boxer braids or anything, like literally just like one braid at the back. That is going to keep your hair nice and tangle free, because every time you brush your hair and there's a knot in your hair, you're literally ripping your hair. All those hairs that you find in your hairbrush, yes, keep in mind, you do shed 100 hairs a day. But if you have lots of tangles and lots of knots in your hair, you're just going to be creating breakage, you're going to be thinning your hair out, you're going to be creating more split ends. The majority of your knots happen when you're sleeping, because you're rolling around and your hair is flying everywhere. It's going in your mouth, it's going down your shirt, it's touching on your pillow, you know, it's doing everything. So it's not contained. It wants to be wild and free like you, but you just need to contain it. Which leads me to my next point, is if you are seriously trying to grow your hair, get a silk pillowcase. Silk pillowcases are way different than traditional cotton sheets, because what happens with traditional cotton sheets is the thread fibers are super big, so when pretend these are my fibers in your cotton sheets. So this is your cotton sheets, and your hair will kind of trickle in between the actual threads. And when you're sleeping and you move your head, your hair that's stuck in between the threads is gonna snap, right? So what happens is silk pillowcases or sheets aren't actually large fibers or threads, so your hair actually can't get stuck through the actual fibers of your pillowcase. It literally can just float on top, so therefore it will not create any split ends, and it's also good for anti-aging if you don't want wrinkles either. Okay, all my blondes out there, I'm so sorry, but the biggest reason my hair grew from what it was last year into what it is today is the fact that I stopped coloring my hair blonde. 110%, if you keep trying to make your hair blonder, and if you keep going over your ends, your hair will never ever get long. If you have naturally healthy hair and you do your blonde max twice a year, you have no issue, because you're just going over your actual regrowth. But if you are doing your blonde like every 3 months, anything less than that, if you're going over your ends more than 3 times a year, like that is way too much. If you are changing your hair color, if you're going from pink to blonde to brown to red to blue to whatever, if you're changing your hair color, your hair's not gonna grow. Like hands down, your hair's not gonna grow. So the best thing to do is just to find a color that you like. Find something. I found red, and honestly, I just play within the red series. So right now I'm copper, but I can always go back to like candy apple red. But I found something that I like that I can still change within, but I don't have to go fully blonde or bleach my hair to actually get those results. So find a color, whether that's a dirty blonde or a milk chocolate or a hazelnut chocolate brown. Find something that you like, that you can work with, and that you kind of have some flexibility over, but that's not bleaching your hair every time you get your hair done. Okay, so my very last tip for you is about heat styling. When you are heat styling your hair, girl, check your hot tools, okay? If you have that bad boy cranked up to 450 degrees, that is crazy. You don't even cook chicken in the oven at that temperature. Like, think about your hot tools and then think about your oven. Please correspond the two, because if you have that thing cranked up, your hair will never, ever, ever grow. Honestly, like, I have a bunch of different hot tools. I either have, if it is a low, medium, high setting, I do my hair on low. If it is a temperature gauge, like a wheel I can spin, then I usually have it set at about 350 is the highest I will go. And keep in mind how you are actually styling your hair. So if you are a girl who loves to straighten her hair, straighten her bangs, do it in a thoughtful manner. So you can either go over your hair 100 million times, or you can go over it once and do it really slow and make it count. So really just go in there and make it straight in that way, because you're taking more time and more effort and just doing it more slow to get the desired look you want, instead of going over a million times and not doing as much work to your hair. And then when it comes to using a curling iron, really it does not make a difference whether you use a clamp iron or a wand iron, just something that you are doing more quick. Honestly, I find curling your hair way more healthy for your hair than flat ironing it, because it's just like a twist and then it's out. When it's straight, you want it like really straight. So I find people go over it way more often and then they brush their hair gets a little bit more tangly. So for me personally, I think curling your hair will make it last as long as possible, but also just keep in mind on how many days you wash your hair. So if you wash your hair every day, hi, stop that. What are you doing? But at least try every second, third day. That's good. I personally would recommend every 3 to 4 days. If you can push 5, hey, I'm up to like 9. So push it as long as you can, because it'll just prolong your hair. Don't scrub it in the shower. Just be gentle to your hair, and your hair will be gentle back to you. It is all the effort you put into your hair. So if you really care for it, it will show you love and it will love you right back. But if you are crazy, you rip through it with brushes and you're wild when you sleep, girl, I'm so sorry. There is no hope for you. You need to love your hair. It wants to love, it wants to breathe, it wants to be beautiful for you, because at the end of the day, you wear your hair every single day, okay? It is on you for life, except for that one time I wanted to shave my head. But it's on you for life. So honestly, just be kind to it. Yes. If you guys liked today's video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. It would mean the absolute world to me. Don't forget, comment something down below. What are you wanting me to do next? If you like these videos, if you want more hair tutorials, if you like more ones where I talk, you know, just leave it in the comments down below. And without further ado, we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.